What is up, guys and gals? My name is Schematocles, and today we're going to be playing more X-Plane 11. We're doing the same flight that we did from San Diego International up to LAX yesterday, but this time we're going to be doing it in the SR-71 Blackbird instead of a 737-800. This is absolutely my favorite airplane of all time. It's been a real inspiration for me. If you don't know anything about it, it's a Mach 3 spy plane that was designed in the late 50s and flew for the first time in the very early 60s, I want to say. It holds, still to this day, every jet, air-breathing jet, speed and altitude record, I think. So we really haven't even come close to topping what this airplane was capable of. It's still incredibly legendary to this day. So basically, the bottom line is we're going to go fast today. So let's go ahead and get to taxiing. Going to attempt to replicate the flight that we did to the best of my ability. There's a few issues with that, mostly because we were flying a GPS track in that 7.3. And the SR-71 does not have GPS because the SR-71 is too old to have GPS. As a matter of fact, the reason why the SR-71 even existed was because satellites had yet to mature as a surveillance technique. Let's see. So yeah, no GPS on this thing. So basically, I'll fly it by hand and just kind of do my best. We're gonna do the same takeoff from 27 at San Diego, hit the coast, and then we'll climb up to 15,000 feet. We're not going to go super high, at least not on the flight into LAX. And then we'll land 24 right at LAX. There's a few kind of oddities with the SR, which I'm fine with because, you know, it's still a beta. I think for the most part, Laminar's done a really good job of capturing what I think it would feel like to fly a Blackbird. It requires constant attention. It can get away from you in a hurry. And you're not going to just type in SIDS and stars and go to sleep and let the airplane fly itself. You really do have to hand fly the airplane at every moment. So, very cool. There are a few kind of bugs hidden in the autopilot, so I'll try and stay away from the autopilot as much as possible. But yeah, so I timed the flight from San Diego to LAX in the 7.3, and that was about 22.5 minutes total, from wheels off the ground in San Diego to wheels down at LAX, and we're gonna see exactly how long it takes us in this thing, and I'm betting it'll be over twice as fast. And that's a relatively short flight, so consider that most of our time will be spent in the climb out and the approach phases. We're not really gonna spend a whole lot of time cruising today. So, gonna break more or less every FAA speed and altitude restriction. Full power climb out. We'll probably be supersonic by the time we hit the coast. You typically don't want to go faster than the speed of sound over highly populated areas, because some people will be pretty mad at you when they have to replace their windows, but it's just a simulator, so no one will actually be mad. Alright, so I actually did this flight once before and severely messed up the landing, so I'm actually reshooting this. I practiced the approaches in the airplane a few times just to kind of get used to it. It doesn't have an air brake, so you have to kind of S-turn if you need to bleed off speed. And the problem with that is the airplane doesn't like to turn very much. It's not designed to to turn, so it's really easy to put it into kind of an accelerated stall, which is bad for business. And it also has this big pylon right in the middle of the cockpit, which makes it a little tricky to land and to see the center line when you're taking off. So basically I'll kind of be sticking my head out to one side, looking through the side of the cockpit almost. Come on, buddy. Trying to stay on that line. Taxi well. Alright. So, I'm thinking here, I'll start a timer. Let me see. Got a watch sitting around here somewhere. Alright. Okay. So we're ready to go on the timer. Basically, the deal is I'll set the altitude, 15,000. That's about right. Vertical speed, I'm actually not gonna fly the autopilot on vertical speed because it can be a little tricky. I'd rather kind of hand fly the altitude. So let's see approximately what kind of heading we're gonna have to fly out of here to make the turn into LAX. I would say we're probably gonna need to fly, take off, hit the coast, and then fly about, what would that be, 030, a little less, maybe 02. So we'll set it for about that right this second, and we'll kind of adjust as needed. But mainly the problem is slowing down. It's not that much space to do it. Alright, so I'm not sure if this airplane had flaps in real life, but it does in the flight model. So they're out now. I'm actually pretty sure it didn't have flaps. But it does in the game. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this thing up in the air. I don't have any traffic on the runway, so I think we're clear for a full power, full afterburner climb. Alright, so procedure, basically going to run it up to about 70% in 1. Alright, release the brake. There's full military. And we'll go through the detente into full afterburner and get ready to start that timer as soon as we get airborne here. Rotate. Alright, and we're up. Positive rate, gear up. Flappers coming up. 300 knots already. Gonna fly runway heading more or less till I hit the coast here. And we're going for time, so I'm not gonna pull back on that throttle pretty much at all. 400 knots. Oh my goodness. So accelerating massively, climbing at over 6,000 feet per minute here and accelerating pretty handily. So yeah, the airplane's, it's a handful. It's very easy to stall, very high stall speed, very easy to put into an accelerated stall. But it is a blast to fly. And again, I'm kind of cheating here, not actually flying like a VOR course or anything. I'm basically just kind of flying by sight and using the map. So this is not how they actually navigated in the SR. They actually had an astral tracker because they were so high. It was very easy for them to see the stars, and they would actually track the stars in their orientation relative to the airplane, and that's kind of how they knew where they were on the Earth, because GPS didn't exist. Alright, let's see. How's our heading looking? It's looking alright. We're supersonic with no problems. I'm gonna hold about this heading here. Yeah, that's about right. I think this will get us there. Alright, so I'm basically gonna put the map up here for right now and just keep an eye on that so that I can kind of tell when we need to start slowing down. We'll go ahead and mess around with the autopilot here. We'll hold heading. Actually, yeah. Let's bring that heading bug about back to where we were. And I'm watching what the autopilot is doing very carefully, because it can be a little tricky. It's maintaining altitude pretty well. The main trap I find is that when you bring the airplane out of autopilot, your trims have changed pretty dramatically at times, and it can be a little dangerous. We actually need to come left a fair amount, so let's go due north here. That should give us plenty of room to turn into LAX and slow down. So I got a new headset, which I'm using to record now. So hopefully the quality is good. It's a USB digital mic, so I'm thinking it'll be okay for flight sim videos at least. I'm gonna use the desk mic still for when I'm playing anything but a flight sim, but it's just so much easier for me to kind of have the integrated mic. I think we're gonna need to come left a little more here, so let's come over to about 3.5. Doing 900 knots at about 14,000 feet. AGL. Let's take a look at how we look. Oh man, what a beautiful airplane. There's just something very striking about it with the big chines here on the front. It's just so cool. So cool. Alright, I'm gonna get back in the cockpit because it looks like something weird is going on with our altitude. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You have to really watch this thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and disengage the autopilot here. Cut off that heading hold. Bring the nose up. Good lord, so much nose down trim. That's like a full pull right there just to get that nose up. And now I'm having to fight it. Yeah, so pretty sensitive. I'm gonna look down at those trims and they're changing for some reason, which they should not be at all. Okay. So I've got her back, but that was a little hairy there. Alright, looks like we're gonna break Mach 2 here. Making good time. Need to go ahead and start executing the left turn into LA. See how we're doing on the stopwatch. About 5 minutes. So I think we'll get into LAX in about 10 probably. It's about right. That's what I'd expect. Okay, we need to start speeding up this turn or we're gonna overshoot LA by a bit. The autopilot's off, right? Yeah. Come on, buddy. This is the max turn I can accomplish in Mach 2. Let's see how we doing. Okay. We need to start slowing down pretty soon because we're over speed and we're just over energied here. Too much speed, too much altitude, so we're out of Afterburner now. You see that speed coming down and that turn rate increase. So we'll come a little bit south of west, get around to 2.4, it's runway heading, and if this is right, we're looking okay here. I do not have LAX but it'll be just before we hit the coast. So we're slowing down nicely here, but we got to come down a ways, so go ahead and come back to idle. Or, yeah, it's looking like it should be off the nose eventually. Yeah, so there's 2-4 right there. I'm gonna keep that map up for right this second. I'll put it like down here so I can actually see out the windows. Still don't have it. It could be directly off the nose though, and I wouldn't be able to see it. Once we have it, we can close the map screen though. That might be it out there. I'm not even sure what the visibility's set to here, so it could be that I'm just not seeing it at all. Actually, speed up a bit. We're not that close. And we're going for time, right? Need to come right just a little bit. Where's it at? I wish we could see it because it would really help us kind of to get this this map off the screen. Even if I could get just like a localizer track or something, it would really help. Okay, I'm thinking we're gonna need to come down more here. Still no airport. I don't know what visibility. I think visibility is at like 25 miles or something. We could still be outside 25 miles for all I know. Alright, so we'll get down to 5,000 and then we'll speed up a bit. Still very fast by anyone's standards, but the SR's 500 indicated. Alright. So we're looking like we're tracking straight in. So I think I have my nav tuned to the localizer for 2-4 right still. I'll just casually stick my head out into the 500 knot free stream. It's fine. Yeah, and it looks like we're flying in on a radial, so gotta manage the airspeed here. Very easy to stall. Okay. Still no airport. Where's it at? Oh, is that it off the nose? What is that? Nope. I got nothing. Literally nothing. We're probably gonna be, yeah, we're over 10 minutes right now. If we hadn't come quite so north, it'd probably be a little bit faster. And we really don't have to slow down this much, I guess. We could speed it up. Plan for some S-turns here. Oh, just got the localizer track. Okay, so we're getting close. We're a little bit off to the left, or to the right, I guess. So that helps us immensely. No glide slope yet. We're probably high for glide slope though. Yep, needle's moving. So we're established on heading. Not on glide slope though. But that's okay because we should be able to fly the visual approach. We're just not seeing it yet. Okay, we're climbing and we don't want to do that. Anybody got the airport? Nope. Nothing. Alright, let's speed up a bit more. We'll just fly that localizer track. right. Need to come left of the runway heading to turn through the localizer. Oh, I think... I thought I could see it, but I think I might be losing it. Oh wait, is that it out there? No. Jeez. Yeah, we came way too far to the east. Oh, there it is. Okay, I have LAX now. Cool, cool. We're doing fine here. Speed's good. Altitude's fine. Yep, we'll start descending. Go ahead and pull back to idle just so that we don't have to S-turn. I'd really rather not, because S-turning is very dangerous in this airplane at low altitude when it can very easily get away from you. So I'm just going to try and fly this visual approach nice and easy. It's 400 knots. So we actually have to deploy a drag chute as soon as we touch down, because the airplane is so hesitant to do that. And I'm going to S-turn here to try and keep that runway in my windscreen while I'm doing this and not actually stall. But we're still coming in a little bit too hot. Ideally, you'd like to touch it down around 270 knots, 250. I'm not sure exactly where the airplane stalls, but it's somewhere in there. A little bit slower than 250. I'm gonna put flaps out, and we'll go ahead and get gear out as well. That'll help, hopefully. Yeah. We still gotta descend, but we're slowing down nicely here. And now the challenge becomes flying through that big pylon. Alright, and we're still too high. Come on. Good on heading. Alright, we're gonna slick it, I think. Alright, looking good, coming together. Flare a bit. Alright, touch it down. Not bad. Alright, drag chute's out. Tap those brakes. Alright. That was much better than my my first attempt at this flight. Let's see, how long did that take us? About 14 minutes. So definitely not as fast as it could have done it. If we hadn't swung so far out to the east, it would have been a little bit better, but that's okay. Because we made it on the ground in one piece, right? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that drag chute back. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and see how high and fast we can go in the airplane since we got some time left in this video. I think we'd probably be remiss if we didn't do that in the SR. There's the ramp. That's cool. Alright. Let's get a rolling start here. We're gonna fly right over LAX. Supersonic. Right over to LA. Have to replace a bunch of windows and skyscrapers and stuff. Alright. Gear up, flaps up. And I'm basically just gonna fly as high and as fast as I can here. So we're climbing at over 6,000 vertical per minute, and it is just tearing through Mach numbers. Awesome. Really cool airplane. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh. Look at those shock diamonds coming out of the back of that. Those afterburners. Amazing piece of machinery this really is. Alright, we just smashed through the sound barrier in an extremely steep climb, no problem. Basically, I'm gonna keep it pegged about here until we start to slow. Yeah, so bring the nose down just a bit so we can keep accelerating. It does take a while to get it up to speed. Presumably it's not that easy to, you know, move this much metal at Mach 3. So basically I'll gain a bunch of airspeed and then I'll kind of send it up, bleed some airspeed off and gain some altitude. But it really starts to build steam around Mach 1.3 or so. So we'll see that Mach number start coming up faster and faster. Yeah, we're actually decelerating slightly. But the Mach number is still going up because we are climbing, which is cool. There we go. Now we're accelerating and climbing. Yeah, you can see it start to build speed now. Got some foothills off the nose there. $25,000 feet, Mach 1.75. There goes the California coast. We're headed for, I don't know, I guess DC. Alright, about to smash through Mach 2. No troubles at all. Still climbing. Hopefully we don't run out of gas. Not sure exactly how much we have on board. I don't think the fuel gauge on the airplane actually works, so that's a slight problem. So if you want to try and fly this airplane, my #1 recommendation to you is to be gentle in everything that you do. It just doesn't like any sort of rapid movement, reaction, whatever. Just be calm, you know? Just chill. $33,000 feet. Mach number building rapidly. About to smash through Mach 2.5 on our way to well in excess of Mach 3. I don't know if the maximum velocity of the Blackbird was ever actually published, but I know it was in excess of 2,100 miles per hour and in excess of Mach 3.2. Very cool. It's like, I don't know, this is a unique experience in flight simulators for me, is being able to fly this airplane, because they really have done such an excellent job with making it feel like the genuine article. And mad props for that. That's not easy to do. I've flown some kind of okay freeware airplanes in FSX, but I mean really nothing I've ever flown before this comes close in terms of just authenticity, if that's the right word. So we are now through Mach 3 and we are climbing rather well. We're gonna break through 50,000 feet at above Mach 3 here. This is amazing. And the sky is getting darker. Not sure what I think technically 100 kilometers is the published edge of space. But back in the day, I want to say it used to be like 70,000 feet. So we'll go up above 70,000. We'll see if we can smash through 100,000 feet here. Just see exactly how high we can get this thing. How much time we got? Enough. It's a special airplane. It deserves some extra time. So we're slowing down, but our Mach number's maintaining constant, and that's because the speed of sound actually decreases as you go higher. There are less molecules to kind of transmit vibration or pressure information. Sorry, getting nerdy. Alright, 62,000, still climbing. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens here, because the stall speed of the airplane is actually going to be incredibly supersonic eventually. Let's look at it. Oh man, check that out. There's the ground. I don't see any traffic around. But they would be way below us. Alright, about to break through 70,000 feet. So this is about, well, the Blackbird cruised a little bit higher than 70,000. It was actually around 80 or 90, and I think it was capable of going much higher. Oh, don't want to descend. No, come on. Let's go. We'll get through 70,000 feet at least. But this is pretty representative of cruise conditions for the airplane, so this is where it's the most efficient as far as fuel and stuff goes. So we're really slowing down now. That's fine. There's 70,000 feet on the dash. Alright guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this special little treat. Flying the SR-71 Blackbird, my favorite airplane. I'll go ahead and do the outro from 70,000 feet at Mach 3.2. Wouldn't have it any other way with this thing. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Dislike it if you didn't. Drop a comment if you want to tell me something more complicated than that. And get subscribed for more X-Plane 11 content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.